hoping that looks good. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hi. We are cutting more glass today. So let me see. I think it looks good. I think that looks good. So I'm going to keep the chat open and hope that the chat actually scrolls as opposed to what it did yesterday, where I just missed a bunch of messages. Let me real quick turn my screen brightness up all the way. There we go. All right, I think that looks good. I'll open up the chat in a minute and just want to check this out, make sure the angles look good. We have a lot of things to cut today. We're gonna have to cut this another day. This is a little ghost holding a pumpkin, but I don't have any X-Acto knife blades. So these pieces are a little bit too small to cut with my scissors. I don't even like cutting patterns with scissors to begin with, so this is just gonna have to wait another day. But we can cut these little tiny bushrooms. They're little ghost mushrooms that we will, they'll look a lot cuter once they're all cleaned up. I'm gonna paint little spots on the top and it'll be great, I promise. I promise. And then I want to make some more of these little pumpkins. So they're just itty bitty little pumpkins. I don't have much orange glass right now, so I actually have to kind of sift around and see what we can even find that's not really, really ugly. I have a lot of neon orange, but I don't have subtle orange. So what we might do is make some green pumpkins like we did last year. The pink one, I think I still have the pink one, so I'm not doing that again. Maybe a little white pumpkin. Who knows? We'll kind of play around with some different colors. Let's see. So let me grab my cutting tool. And I already drew these out. These are the little ghost bodies. So I just have to cut them out. In total, I'm making 8 of these little ghost mushrooms. So this is going to be 4. So we need 4 more. And then their little caps. I don't know where I put, here they are. So we're going to do, I guess, 5 of this color, and we'll do 3 of another color, red. No nonsense today, just cutting glass. Oh, good. This is fine. Everything's fine. It didn't break where I wanted it to break. It's fine. We'll just edit it a little bit when we're grinding. This, I don't know what kind of iridescent white this is, so you can maybe see the iridescence a little bit. I don't know who made this, but it's a little difficult to work with. It's pretty textured on this side, on the non-iridized side, so sometimes it's a little finicky when you go to break it. It's fine. Everything's fine. Ooh, I have a cut right here, and this glass is going straight into it. So let me put a Band-Aid on before I keep getting worse. I need to get some gloves. I resisted gloves for so many years, and now I just don't even feel like dealing with all the glass, the cuts. So I need to just get some little work gloves. There we go. All right. There's one. We'll go ahead and get this off of here. Separate these two. Since it did give me a little bit of trouble earlier, I'm going to tap just a little bit to just really deepen that score line. And that definitely helped. So I'm part of a stained glass Facebook group, and there are so many really strong opinions out there. One of them is that tapping your glass like basically ruins it and makes it so there's a bunch of little micro fractures that just will eventually just cause everything to explode. I haven't found that to be true at all personally, but it's just one of those things I see people talk about. What was the other one I saw the other day? Can't remember. Cannot remember. I would bring it closer, but I can't see the chat if I do that. Actually, maybe I can't. Hold on. Let's try it. Let's try while we're still kind of in testing mode. Let's see. Is that a little bit better with being closer? I can still see the chat. It's not, whoop, not me. How's that? Maybe a little more detailed. The lighting is great because this window. There's another little ghost body. With a lot of these amorphous kind of pieces that the shape doesn't really matter, I do my best to follow the Sharpie line, but it doesn't, like I said just now, doesn't really matter. If you're doing like a set design where you have to fit pieces together like a puzzle, then following that Sharpie line would be really, really important, but it's just not. It's just not for this one. All right. So let's do these little hats. I'm wearing a microphone today, by the way. If it sounds better or if it sounds worse, let me know. It's like clipped right here to my shirt, so theoretically it'll be better unless you just like hear me breathing more, which is not as good. Definitely not as good. This glass is actually pretty easy to break. So I'm not going to have to do any tapping. I really like this glass. There's a lot of bubbles in it, which kind of makes it look like the white mushroom spots. It's kind of cool. Just adds a little bit of dimension. Oh, what is today? It's Friday. I just realized it's almost the weekend. Not that it really matters a whole bunch, but for most people, I think it does. One. Oh, easy peasy. Mm-hmm. Like getting as much of these little nubbies off as possible, just because it makes it easier for grinding. All right, now, so we have 5 of that color. This is the other color that I really like. This is a really deep crimson kind of red. So we'll kind of focus on this area. I mean, we'll have to get some of this white banding. I'm not going to cut into this. Like, I'm not going to skip down just to get this darker spot, but it would be very nice. But we're not going to. So we're just going to, let's see. Oh, man. What a conundrum. Guess we'll do this. And we'll do that one. Let's see how it looks. This is why I like drawing my patterns on the glass with Sharpie. Yeah, that looks fine. Because I like to be able to see what it's going to look like hold it up to the light and stuff. Now this one can just go right here. A lot of people glue their patterns on, like use a glue stick, and they glue the paper on, and I just don't like that as much. I honestly never even tried it, but I don't like the idea of it. It can be helpful for cutting, like your cutting tool just like kind of follows the paper, but I reuse all my patterns so much that it just doesn't really make much sense for me. Let's see. So you kind of see, I feel like I run into stuff like this all the time. Kind of see how there's different colors. When you look at it through the light, it doesn't look much different, honestly. But holding it up, or what am I saying? This like light spot right here, I don't like this because it almost looks kind of pink. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one of the mushrooms right here, and then I'll just cut off this like a triangle off of here. Do I not have any magic erasers? Oh, I do. Good. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. I need to just get like just cloth with some alcohol on it. I think I would prefer that instead of using magic erasers from now on. So We're just gonna go all the way down. I'm just gonna have to waste some of this glass, but you see we can just kind of cut up like this and just cut that corner off. Stained glass just always comes down to, I mean, I guess it's like most things. It's just people's preference and their techniques and stuff. Oh, that is a nice dark red right there. What a conundrum. I think I'll leave it there. I don't want to have this like really light band, but there's a really nice dark red spot right here that I would like if this was just down a little bit more. But if I do that, it'll have that kind of like whitish pink band, and I don't really like it that much. So we're going to keep it as is. And then we're going to cut more ghosts. So we just kind of go like this. And I do not remember how this glass cuts and breaks. So I'm going to just do some little taps to just help it break on that score line. Ooh, it's very flaky. Let's go like this. Now this can kind of go, we'll put this down here. Ooh, very sharp edge. Imagine that, broken glass is sharp. I could try to show you this. There's this like little flake off of, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let's see. There's just this tiny little flake of glass right here sticking up. Those are so awful because it's just hair. It's not even hair thin. It's so thin. And if you touch that, it will slice the life out of your fingers. So I take my little nippies and I just crunch it off. It's still really sharp there because, you know, it's just glass. It's sharp, but it's not as bad. Glass really has the tendency to do that. As the glass weakens, you can hear the difference as you're tapping. And so that's when I know that it's good to try to go ahead and break it. Got a little splinter. Easy. Easy peasy. There we go. Now, I think I'm going to cut this into 2 excess pieces. So we'll do one here. Clara! Hello! Yeah, it's easy to grind down. Easy peasy. But I don't have my grinder set up right now, but that's why I use these the grazing pliers. Little bits. This glass actually responds really, really well to the tapping method. Some glass, every manufacturer, and I swear every sheet of glass is different. Sometimes it like really flakes when you tap it. The back tap method, as I so do enjoy calling it. But this one's pretty good. No idea what glass this is. This is one my friend gave me a ton of her glass because she just stopped doing stained glass. Cassie, hello. Yeah, I have I don't use it anymore. I used it for a while and then I stopped when I got pregnant just because it's just I didn't want to work with lead cane. But in my video, my lead cane video, I talk about hobby cane because it gives a really really nice clean finish. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to. It stresses me out. I just don't like it. So I might eventually, but we'll see. But yeah, no, hobby came is great. It just makes everything look so well polished. And you don't like there it's like you don't have to fiddle around with tinning and beading the edges, which is really nice. But there's another kind of like, you kind of trade off not having to bead the edges with you have to solder. So sometimes, depending on the pattern, the design, you'll have to foil all the way around and then solder the cane to the foil, which that is like a whole nother level of complexity that it adds. It just takes a really long time. And you just have to stay really focused because it's easy to mess up. Vault. I'm looking at getting into stained glass as a hobby. Is a grinder necessary? They seem quite expensive. Yes. I would say vault, yes. Oh, that was the other thing that the people on the Facebook group were saying. So without grinding, you're going to have these really, let me minimize the chat. Hey, Dan. Yes, it is spooky season. Spoopy season. Without the grinder, you're going to have these really, really rough, pointy edges. And sometimes, I mean, this is like, they're not like, the edges aren't always straight up and down when you cut. So sometimes like the back, oh, I did it. I sliced my finger on that super, super sharp edge that I was talking about. Yeah, I think you need a grinder, like for that example alone. But I have Band-Aids right here, so it's okay. It's super super uneven if you don't have a grinder. Now, what I will tell you is I do not think you have to get an expensive grinder. They are kind of like all pretty expensive, like when you look at the starting costs and stuff. But I, being a full-time stained glass artist, I use an Inland Whistling CG. It's like the tiniest, crappiest model. Like it's the most basic model, and that thing is from like 1999, and it's still just fine. So I don't think you have to get like the super top of the line, like whatever they call the grinder or whatever they call it. I don't even know what like the fancy brands are. But it would do you well, because otherwise you are going to find it so hard to like, you can kind of use your grozers to like crunch up the edges a little bit, but also it sticks better. So right now it's the edges are super shiny and flat. So the grinder really like roughs them up, and some people are saying you don't need a grinder to rough up the edges and have the foil stick. I have done this for enough time now that you do. You do need it to rough up these the edges to be rough in order to stick properly. So yes, get a grinder. But yeah, spoopy season. It's spoopy season. Is our ghosts. So I need 4 more little ghosts. No, you're fine, Vault. Don't worry. Yeah, definitely check out Facebook Marketplace. I've never used that, but if Dan says that he likes it, then that's great. Like I said, you don't have to have like the super top of the line. Like just go, like sometimes in at glass stores too, like they'll have old used grinders. I'm sure you could find one for like 40 or 50 bucks. And don't worry, oh, it's so old. Like I said, my Inland Whistling, that thing, I think I have no idea how it's still working. I have abused the living just crap out of it. Like I don't know. I don't know how it still works because I never clean it. Oh, you're welcome, Vault. I know some people have done without, but it's just going to make your life a lot easier. And I would say vast majority of people are going to say you need a grinder too. There was one lady that I used to follow in the very beginning, and she was like lived off grid in a yurt, and she just used like this grinding stone thing. I have no idea how she did it, but she made really intricate stuff. But it's going to take forever. So, how have you been, Dan? How's everyone else doing too? I hope all of you are doing really well today. On Friday, it's the weekend, or almost the weekend. It's the weekend eve. I think we'll just go in a square right here. Something I noticed, I've seen like full-time stained glass artists do this, and it absolutely kills me. They'll put their patterns, like if they're doing like a bunch, they'll put them really far away from each other, and I'm just like, you're wasting so much glass. Yeah, definitely. If you get a new grinding bit, it's all good. Should I be inhaling glass as I use the glass grinder? Um, should you be? No. You should not be doing lines of glass dust. That's why you put water in your grinder, y'all. I've seen people, it like gives me the chillies. I've seen people use their glass grinders dry, and it's just like sending glass dust everywhere. I'm like a little intense about PPE. So I wear a respirator when I'm grinding now, just because I don't want to even tempt the fates. I wear a respirator for almost every step, other than like cutting the glass. That's just me, though. You don't have to do that. There's glass artists, veteran glass artists that have been doing it for 30 years, and they don't even, I swear, they just solder, and they're just like sucking all the solder lead fumes in while they're while they're soldering. They don't give a crap. But, you know, to each their own. This glass is so difficult for what? What is the reason for being so difficult? I know, it's just because it's textured. It's a rhetorical question. So I didn't really have to tap it before. Yeah, don't inhale glass dust. Don't eat it. Don't inhale it. I was watching a documentary last night on the West Virginia coal miners, and it sounds awful. It sounds so terrible. Just all get black lung. I figured they would like wear masks and stuff, but they don't. And then if you join a union, like you could get fired. Like I feel like coal barons still exist. Just like really abusive and just like work your whole life away and then you die from getting lung cancer from black lung. It's terrible. You can do whatever you want, and I would say you should do that because it's funny. It's a funny thought. But like don't, it's a joke, obviously. Should I test it? Stop. Stop it right now. Oh, we're gonna have to figure out what pumpkins we're gonna cut up. I don't know how many I'm gonna make. I don't know. I still have a few from last year that have not sold. Everything in my store is 50% off right now, by the way, or all my ready to ship items, I should say. Speaking of the pumpkin that hasn't sold, actually, there's a few pumpkins. I'm just trying to get all my old inventory out so I can not think about it anymore. All right, we have our little ghost. Oh, wait, no, we don't have our little ghosties. They need their little gills, little mushroom gills. So, what are we going to do? Let's see. Last time I did tan, iridescent tan, so I think we can just do that again. So let's move this. Let's find our iridescent glass. I think I used this. This is like iridescent tan beige, if you will. Just gotta make sure they match. So that looks like the same kind of glass. For little pieces like this, I hate cutting into a large sheet, so I'm not doing it. We use as much of our scraps, as many of our scraps as possible. It was hard because they're all mismatched. All right, I think that could be one. And then those will be a few. We could do one. I try to keep it all relatively similar though, because You know, I don't want the pictures to be super off from how it actually looks. This is like almost green yellow. That's super different looking. That's super different looking. Let's see. Where are my little... Here they are. They're super tiny. Normally, at this point, I wouldn't bother. I would say, like, I don't want to bother with this. But these are pretty much, like, these are pretty structural. So, how does this... Wait, what? Are these even the right pieces? I feel like these aren't the right pieces. What is this? This is not right. I don't know what this is from. So, yeah, what? This is not correct. Let's see. I don't know what this goes to. Is this like maybe just the other mushroom that I did? These are very small pieces to lose. Where are my patterns? Let's look through our patterns real quick and see if we can find these little pieces. If not, I will do it later off stream. Man, I'm an idiot. Earlier, I'm just really klutzy. I tried to take my shoes off to go upstairs because I like to take my shoes off before I go on the porch. And I just like didn't get it all the way off, and I tripped and just like landed on my knee on the concrete. So my leg is feeling awfully beat up right now. Let's see. That is not it. This is not it. I don't know where they are. Mini charms. We can check that out. These are old. This is a strawberry. Ooh, I had an idea for a strawberry. Strawberry. Man, these all pieces are all so old. I don't remember what any of these are go to. What is this? What is this? These are... I don't think that goes to the strawberry. No. There's an alien. I think that's a ghost. See, I save everything, but it's like, at this point, not helpful at all. In any way. Oh, that's a piece to my strawberry. I feel like that's a piece. Maybe. No, I know what that's to. Never mind. Here we go. Is that a glass cutting mat or a self-healing mat? This is a self-healing mat. It's from Blick Art Supplies. I personally don't like cutting square things. They're like hard plastic with the waffle. You know, like it's like 3D, so it catches all the glass pieces. I don't really like it because it just... I like this. It's just like kind of softer. And then I just do this. And it's fine. If if the glass cutting mats, you know, where they had those little pockets in them to catch all the glass, if they were the same material as this, like if they were a soft material, then I would use it 100%. 100% I would use it. But because it's not, I don't. Disappointed by this. I need these little gillies, the little gills. And I don't remember what they look like. Maybe we can make some up. So if I were little mushroom gills, just like trying to make sure that I'm not just stupid and just, I don't think I'm stupid. I think these aren't the pieces that I need. Let's see, we'll use a tiny Sharpie. It should look like this. So there's one, and then there's all right, easy. So cut this out. These pieces are so tiny. So little. Left and the right. I charged my phone before this stream, unlike yesterday, so I should be good for a while. I'm only on 54% now. I started at like 72, so should be good. All right, now I like to make sure that the striations in the glass match with what the gills would be doing, even though I'm going to be painting it. Do I have an upstairs neighbor / elephant? Is it loud? My baby is upstairs. I'm in the basement right now. But my baby is stomping around upstairs, but she's like on the other side. Like I'm under a bedroom and the living room is kind of the next room over. So if you can hear that, that's crazy. Many, many years ago, I used a tight looped piece of carpet and a dust buster to remove tiny pieces of glass and dust. Well, that's a good idea. I like this little broom, and I just sweep it out of the way. And then after I'm done streaming, I just have my dustless shop vac, and I just get up all the little shards. What am I doing? I mean, I can hear people walking around. I can hear my husband walking around too. I'm just like surprised that my little mic is picking it up. I didn't think it would do that. I didn't think it would do that at all. Man, you must be able to hear everything then. Can you hear my heart beating? Ew, is that what you're hearing? There's no way. There's no way. Stop it. Let's go ahead. I'm going to cut these little pieces up. Still have 4 more to go of this, the right side, but it's fine. So we have 1. Suppose I should have done a sound test. Whoops, that's not trash. Beep. Beep. Get out of the way. Forgot these finicky little pieces. I was like, ooh, we're going to get all these ghosts cut up. No. No. Get all these tiny, itty bitty little gills. I wish I could have, I think there's a way I could play music on my phone and it would like put it into the stream, but I don't know how to do that. I think too technologically illiterate to do that. Gotta dig for the right colors. That's a good one. Ooh, maybe we'll do, let's see. Maybe we'll do this darker yellow for the dark red, and then for the light red, we'll do this kind of like beige. I think that's what we'll do. So we need 5 of those, and then we'll do 3 that color. Let's see. There we go. Now we want to do our little left side. No, I mean like I guess I could do that. I just don't know. I need to test it and see how it sounds. I'm saying I think there's a way to do it where like I could have the music on my phone and then it like plays it in the stream to where it sounds like how it does when I'm streaming on my computer, if that makes sense, versus like hearing it kind of at low quality. I don't know. Maybe. Because I need it. I don't have any royalty free stuff or like streaming friendly music on my phone anyway. And I don't know if I could have it up on YouTube. So that's a sound test. That's a test for another time. I'll do it another time. I don't feel like messing around with it right now. Or I could just, if it's going to mess with my phone, I'll just bring my iPad down. I'll just do that. Super lo-fi. Is it really loud? Have you ever tried stained glass? But it's I like stopped reading it because I didn't know what you were gonna say. It's like stained glass, but instead of glass, it's chocolate held together by Nutella. Can't say I have, but it sounds like it'd probably be good. What if it's stained glass, but it is glass, but it looks like chocolate held together by Nutella? Okay, I need to know, is it like overpowering the sound of them walking in the other over the other room? I'm so curious. I still haven't gotten an answer on how loud it is. Can you hear my thoughts? Can you hear what I'm thinking? Is that loud? Or is it just... Man, Discord used to do that all the time to me too. I'd be talking to people and they couldn't hear anything. And then like, no, it wasn't me. It was always one of my friends. You could like barely make out what he was saying, but then he would be rolling a cigarette and you could hear the paper. You could hear the paper like crinkling. It's just like how is it? It sounded like it was right in your ear, but then when he tried to talk, it'd be like silent almost. It was so weird. Come on. Why does technology do this to us? All right, there's our little gills of that color. Now we're going to switch to, I think we could just honestly make them all this yellow. I don't think we could do all of them. Let's see. These are the same glass, so. I might be hypersensitive to the thumps. You've just like had really bad experiences with having loud upstairs neighbors. It's like traumatized you. All right, not that loud. Okay, I thought it was that like that situation that I just described where it's just like that's all you could hear. But it's good. Okay, it's good. That's just all my baby does all day now is like the only room we really have baby proofed is the living room, so she just stomps back and forth the whole the whole time. We bought her all these like really nice toys too, and then her favorite toy is an empty plastic bottle, like a water bottle. A water bottle. Like 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 a water bottle. I've said it before, babies are so much like cats. People don't even realize. They don't even realize how much like cats they are. They come up to you for a hug, you hug them, and then immediately they just want to go somewhere else. Or maybe that's just my baby. She's moving. I can hear her now. All right, there's one. I think we can get one more pair from this piece. Yeah, exactly. That's all I needed to do, and I'm just now learning that. Because that's it. It's like I get Amazon orders. She just wants to play with the box. I give her little developmental toys, and she just wants to play with plastic bottles. Like for a while, her favorite toy was just we had this big canister of peanuts, and we ate all of them as a plastic canister. And I just had to like, there was a bunch of trash, like little, food wrappers, and like she has these little snack wrappers that they're like, they look like little they're these little wafers that dissolve, basically. They're called rusks. And so we just have her give her those all the time. So there was like a bunch of rusk wrappers from that day, and there was some there was like a few little wet wipes that, she had like, I just wiped her down or something, and there. Anyway, so I put a bunch of this like trash. I was just cleaning up from a few hours, and I left it on the ground, and she just beeline for this plastic container full of trash, and she was playing with it for like 20 minutes. So I just let her have it, and I would just put more little wrappers and trash in it, and that was like her favorite toy for a week. It was ridiculous. And then finally, I just got tired. It's ugly, so I just got tired of looking at it. So I threw it out. Ridiculous. This morning, I put her in her playpen. Like while I walked the dogs, she just instantly goes for this empty plastic bottle. Just like, fine, just have it. Just take it. You can have it. If this is what makes you happy, then please. Yeah, she's good for the environment. But it's fine. I mean, it's cute. She just like, she'll run around the living room and she'll just be holding the plastic bottle and just like going back and forth, just holding this plastic bottle. Just like a cat. Our cat Ham has a nice insulated little cat house because she hates being inside. We got her, she was kind of a feral cat, and she won't come inside, so she just stays outside all the time. So we got her this like, we have this nice little insulated house for her, and there was like a little shipping box that I had, like one of my 10 by 10 by 6 boxes, and I'd used it to pack something to move here, and I cleaned up the porch, left it on the porch, whatever, just didn't even think about it. And that's where she slept for the last few weeks. It's just a little box. Not the nice insulated house we have for her, just this little box. 30 the other day, it was a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. It was 38 degrees when I woke up. She was just in the box. Okay. All right, we only needed 3 of those, so we have 3, and then we have 5 of the other ones, so we are good to go for our little ghosts. So now we need to figure out what colors we're doing for the pumpkin, and this is going to require me to do some glass digging because I don't know where any of my special glass colors are. So we're gonna do some digging. So we're gonna move that there. And let's see. Oh, my knee is all messed up. Such an idiot. Where am I gonna put all this glass? Yellow and orange. Oh, there's a good one. It's a good one. That's a good one. I had all my nice oranges kind of in the same area. She'd probably be scared of it at first. She's only just started walking. But eventually it would become her little fort. She would love it. Okay, so I love this orange so much, and I don't know if I'll ever find another orange like this. I don't know who made this, but it's this just beautiful. Actually, I think this is different. No, this is the same sheet. It's this beautiful kind of like peachy, subtle, pumpkin-y orange. Not pumpkin, it's like a lighter pumpkin, but I have like really in your face traffic cone orange, and it's just not good. It's I just find it a little bit less desirable to have stuff like that in your window. So I think we'll make one with this, and then we'll make maybe one or two. This is a really good glass too. This color. This one is more yellow. So we'll set that to the side. This one, this kind of has a nice texture. At one point, this square foot was $1.81. I've since cut it up, but that's crazy. This is kind of a nice one too. It's completely white on this side, but it has this nice orange. So when you look through it, it's just very subtle. You get as much cut up as possible. As much cut up today. So I'm going to start grinding tomorrow. So let's see. This is our main middle piece. Like so, and then this one like so. I'm not sure which side I like better, like this side of the glass or the back side. But it's easy because if I don't like this side or if I like the other side more, then I'll just flip it over. No big deal. Let's see. There, now you don't see the ugly glass dust as much. Right it there. Will you stay? No. There we go. All right. Now, of course, this is just barely too big. Let's see if we can fit something on this first. Maybe like this. Ooh. But I want the stripes to be like this, but I just don't think it's gonna work because then there'll be that white. So let's just try it like this first. We'll sketch it out and see what we think. Worst case scenario is we'll just paint something cool on it and no one will even know the difference. None the wiser. I think that's fine. It's not going to work any other way. So it's kind of cool too. There's like these big bubbles in the middle. It looks kind of cool. Last year when I painted these, I kind of just stuck with like vines and stuff. But I feel like it would be kind of neat to do some, let's see, 3 years ago I did like Gothic style outlines. So like how cool would it be to like do like some sort of, I don't know how to even draw a haunted house. Some sort of like Victorian, the outline of some Victorian home. Like little bats. This is terrible looking, but you get the idea. You get the picture. Maybe like some little spooky shrub over here, because I did that too. It's part of the design before. It looks like a palm tree. I hate it. Stop looking like a palm tree. It looks like a ship in a sunset. This is awful. It's because the Sharpie is so thick, but you get the idea. There's like a bat and like a house. We could do something cool like that. We'll see. I don't really think I want to use any more of this just because I like kind of keeping it all a solid color. No. Ooh, green. Green. Oh, man. I don't know where any of my greens are. Let's see. There's one in particular as I attempt to not slice my knee open with all this just glass sitting around. There's one in particular that I used last year, and it's almost like a yellowish green. It's super, super pretty, but I might require some intense digging to find it. This is all blue. It's like almost leans just more yellow. If I were that glass, where would I be? Green with yellow and brown. Oh no, I don't know where it is. I'm gonna really have to dig. Ugh. Donde? Is it you? No, this is like green and blue. Dang it. I don't know where that glass is. Don't know where. Alright, we're just gonna keep cutting some like beigey, orangey. Let's do, whoops, that was loud. Let's do this. Quite like this little section right up here. It has a really nice look when you look through the light. So we'll do one right here. Ooh, big gust of wind just blew through. And now there's leaves everywhere. Oh, it's so nice. It's crazy how quickly the leaves are changing. I sound like such a dingleberry because I haven't experienced autumn in so long that I don't even, if I feel like it's too early maybe, but it's like the middle of September, so I don't know. But it's every day there's just like there's a new tree that's like just it'll be bright red all of a sudden. And it's so cool. I missed that for so long. It's like I almost just I would forget that it was like that. Like I just wouldn't even think about it because it would just piss me off thinking about all these people that got to experience cozy autumns. Because you go to the store. I used to live in Florida. For those who maybe don't know, I say it all the time, so probably do. But if you don't, I used to live in Florida, and you'd go to the store, and all the decor in the store, like all the stuff they'd be selling, is autumn. And you go outside, it's like 98 degrees, and it's just like this ain't right. This ain't right. Sorry, that was probably super loud. There's just some like little glass shards that are stuck to my hand. I don't want them there, so I just use tape. All right, I want to find that green. I need a headlamp, honestly, because it's just really dark over there. And I don't have one. Next time I will bring it, but we're gonna sift through. You're not gonna see very much, I don't think. While I attempt to not only not slice my knee open with all this glass, but also find out this beautiful color that I made a pumpkin with last year. And I don't remember if it was a big sheet or if it was a small sheet. I cannot for the life of me remember. Let's see. I don't think it's in here. Those are all my neutrals. These are pinks and purples. These are clear and like my uglies. I have just a group of glass that I have no idea why I'm hanging on to it, but I am, and it's just ugly. Let's see. This is all my modeled dragon glass. Uh-huh. So it has to be in this one. This is a bin that has a bunch of blues and greens. That's Spectrum. This is, let's see. This is tan. This is yellow. Ow. There's no way I used all of it. What's this? That's like crazy, insane, bright green. Oh, here it is. At the very back. Ah, it is so ugly. when you're just looking at it, it's really ugly, but as a pumpkin, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So this side, which side do I want to use? I think we'll use the more muted side. This has some brown in it, so you can kind of see it when you look through it. This was the color of my, I made my favorite pumpkin last year. Have these like yellow pumpkin flower blossoms on it. Where's my pattern? Yeah, let's go. Oh, there it is. All right. So I think I want to do, we'll do a few. I'd like to keep it with the grain of the glass, but we'll see what we can do. I also don't want to waste this glass because it's really, really pretty. I'm going to put a little more room between the pieces than I did with the other glass, just because this is a really thick glass and I don't remember how well it cuts and breaks. So a little bit more space between the pieces just to give myself some wiggle room. All right, now we're going to do one here. Do I want to do one more? Let's see. I could cut this off and kind of just do a quick taper, or I could do one more pumpkin. I don't think there'll be enough before it gets clear, so I think I'll just do, let's see. Actually, I'm going to move this one. This spot right here gets kind of clear, so I'm going to move this over this way. That way we don't have that clear spot in the way. So in that case, it would be like right here, I think. I'm going to draw out this side piece first. See if it's touching it before I draw out the whole pumpkin. Actually move it a little bit more. So let's see. Sometimes if I can't tell what I'm doing, I'll mark the section that I don't like with a Sharpie. So then I can get this piece that close. So I'm not wasting glass. Mags, hello, how are you? We are just cutting up some pumpkins today. We were cutting up some little ghosts earlier. What are you working on today, Miss Mags? Oops. It's all right. Now let's do our last piece right here. We are wasting a little bit of glass by moving this over, but it's okay. Everything's fine. Polishing. Fun. Very satisfying part of the process. Ow, what's biting me? Leave me alone. These little bugs biting me. Like a no-see-em. Why is a no-see-em in my basement? All right, we're gonna start here. And we're gonna go down like this, follow, and come out like that. Now with this, I'm going to really, oh, I don't want this to be too loud. Let's see, hold on, I'm gonna mute it for a second, just because I think I've been doing this and it's like blowing. I do not remember this glass being so difficult to work with, but it totally is. I can see the brake line all the way through the back, and it's, okay. Oh no! How much foil lifted? Listen, I've had pieces where I had some foil lift and I performed surgery and I used an X-Acto knife and I lifted the foil up and then I put super glue and I glued it down. I've done that before because it's just sticker. Foil is just sticky tape. So I felt really bad when I was like super gluing stuff down, but it's what it is. It's sticky. It's like tape. So depending on how much. Josh who? Hello. Welcome. Seems as though you are just promoting your stream in my chat, which go ahead. Sure, do that. Sure. Ooh, this glass is so ugly, but it's so pretty at the same time. It'll look good. Pain in my you know what. I feel ya. I've been there before. Yeah, it was a Luna moth that I did. It was huge. And some part of the foil lifted just towards the very top. And I was like, I am not redoing this because I noticed it once I was already done polishing and stuff. I was like, I'm not dealing with this. So like I said, I just performed surgery. I lifted it up very carefully, as much as it would go, and then I took the tiniest little globs of super glue. You have to be super careful not to get it on the outside, because then if you go to apply, like, it just covers whatever's outside. So if you try to like do a patina or something, the patina won't stick because there's super glue. Crunchy. I also need to repair a few other, but I'm looking for another piece here for my show. Ooh. Oh, like you're trying to figure out like one more design to do? Hmm. Do you ever do any like honeycomb stuff? Honestly, people love honeycombs. They love bee and honey related things. Ooh, a turkey. Where'd my scissors go? Oh, there they are. Oh my gosh, it's already 4. I'm gonna go have to intervene soon with Brian and the baby. She always gets pretty wicked, pretty rowdy at this time. So I like to go upstairs and get a shower and then entertain her so I can give Brian a break. Plus, I haven't gotten to play with her much today. I don't even know what we were doing today. I had to do some like DMV stuff this morning, so that kind of sucked. But we'll cut this pumpkin up, this green one, and then see where we're at with time. Do your Mags, does your holiday stuff do pretty well? Like if you do turkeys and like little gnomes and stuff? People ask me to do them, but then it's just like it's so out of my norm that I'm always nervous to do stuff like that because then I don't want to make it and then be like stuck with it. Because at least like if there's stuff that I don't sell, everything I make I would pretty much keep in my own house. That's okay. This little part broke, but it's okay. But like little gnomes and like turkeys and stuff, I don't think. I'm just like the classic stuff. I just like wouldn't really put in my house. If it was, I think a certain design I would. Unless it's pumpkin, just pumpkin everything. I'll put that in my house. Pumpkins for days. Oh my gosh, I need a pattern. Hey Charlie, how's it going? Yeah, we've gotten so much done, and look, you're just showing up. My goodness. Where have you been, young man? A turkey pattern. I honestly don't think I could even help you with that one. I don't know how I would draw that at all. All right. Go. All right. I'm not even going to chance that. I'm just going to probably grind that off. Okay. I would like to do extra innings, but I need to go get showered, get all this glass off of me, and then spend a little time with baby. She like doesn't nap, and so she's so bad at napping. Bless her heart. She's not bad at anything. She's just having a hard time. She has like 2 teeth coming in right now. So she doesn't really nap for she hasn't been napping more than 30 minutes. So she goes to bed at like 6. And then she wakes up, she sleeps overnight like 13 hours. It's crazy because she just doesn't nap. So she's been going to bed really early and I want to go see her. So, all right. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. Sorry, Charlie. Baby must be tended to, I should say. Maybe. So thanks for hanging out, y'all. I'm gonna try to start, if I stream in the afternoon like this, I'm gonna try to start earlier. It's just like every day I feel like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get started at this time, and then like 20 million things come up and then I just don't. But anyway, we're gonna keep, I think tomorrow's gonna be a grinding day. So I don't think I'll do a stream tomorrow. And I might stream tonight and do some cross stitch stuff. I've just been so tired lately that I just like kind of play video games and then go to sleep. So a hand turkey would be so freaking cute. Oh my gosh. Never did a turkey or holiday. Oh, okay. Who was doing holiday gnomes? I can't remember. Yeah, a hand turkey stained glass would be so cute. Like that would be a really cute way to like, if you did like a hand turkey with your baby and then made it into stained glass, that would be so freaking cute. Oh my gosh. Because then it's not like a piece of paper. You can just hang it up. I have to do that with Sydney. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'm sorry to cut it off, Charlie, but there'll be more streams. So I will see you all later and have a good night. Goodbye.